Friend Laban, and welcome to 1809 Rankin, the mobile edition. So again, trying to find some subjects to talk about, and as you know, the majority of what we used to do on this show is talk about funny things that we saw in the news or what have you. But this was, well, it's kind of sort of been in the news, and it was a documentary that I watched on YouTube on Netflix last night. There was this documentary called Behind the Curve. And Behind the Curve documents pretty much the Flat Earth Society. Now, some of these people actually sound like intelligent, well thought out people. The Mr. Sargent, who's pretty much the main guy behind it, and the Patricia Steere, she actually seems like she's got a pretty good head on her shoulders. It's just that she's, really out there as far as the earth is flat. But even the Flat Earth Society in and of itself, I discovered watching this documentary, has some fringe people in it who are like, well, that Sargent guy, he's a plant by the Warner Brothers and the CIA to take over what I started, because he's all like, I can't remember the guy's name now, but he's all like, I started the Flat Earth movement, and he's trying to claim that all these other people are plants from the CIA who stole the concept from him. And I'm just like, okay, really? How? You're already crazy enough to believe that the earth is flat, but you think that the CIA has put other people into the Flat Earth movement to make it bigger and better? Because that's all that Strong and Steere have done. Not Strong, but Sargent. That's all Sargent and Steele have done. They've made the Flat Earth Society pretty much a force to be reckoned with. They got them to the point to where, hey, they had a conference about a year and a half ago that had a couple of thousand people show up. That takes some gumption. There's this one guy that's built up a 53,000 person following on Facebook. You don't, if you're the CIA and you're trying to debunk something like this, you don't get people to build it up. But even still, it was a funny documentary. If you want to watch something just downright hilarious, I suggest watching it. You might lose one or two brain cells in the process of watching it. I know I came out of it feeling just a little bit dumber, just for having sat down and watched, a 2-hour documentary about the Flat Earth Society. But it was interesting. It's always interesting to see what the other side thinks. Like a couple of weeks ago, I watched several. Netflix has several documentaries about the alt-right movement. Not that I support that in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but it's interesting to see what their mentality is and just exactly how off the rails these people are. I mean, they're out there. I mean, there's a couple of them that, okay, I can kind of sort of, see where you actually sound like a rational human being, even though the words that are coming out of your mouth are completely and total bullshit, but you sound like a logical and rational human being while you're saying them. At the same time, there's other people who are in that same movement who, when they talk, they sound batshit crazy. So it's interesting to watch and look at other things. So, if you see one of these documentaries, even if you don't, especially if you're like, the alt-right, punch a Nazi, watch it. That way you know why you're punching them. Because I could not watch that documentary and go, I would have punched that guy in the face too. Because that's the one that they talked about, the guy that organized the rally in North Carolina where that woman got killed. And then, the guy got punched in the face. I would have punched him in the face too, especially after hearing all the crap that he says. And he's just this cocky little arrogant, I'm going to drink me some some expensive scotch before I go up here and make this speech. You know, entitled prick is what he is. But at any rate, that's all I have to say this morning. Just, you know, I don't know where I came from with this. But anyway, again, people who are watching this show, if you're, you know, I know it's been a couple of years since we've been here, but, you know, I'm trying to bring it back. I want to bring it back. I just need to know what you want to see. So let me know. Talk to you later. And remember, keep talking about me because gossip is free advertising.